What is the difference between fear and your intuition speaking to you? This was actually a question that one of the subscribers here asked in the comments, and I'm very excited to talk further about this topic because, I was talking about creating your reality, and that sometimes when you make a powerful decision, you get opposing thoughts. Your old programming kicks in. And the question then, of course, is like, how do you differentiate the both? Like, how do you understand which one is active at the moment? And this is going to be today's topic. But first things first, my name is Lydia Williamson. I'm a life and mindset coach for successful entrepreneurs and C-suite leaders. And here on the channel, I talk about all things mindset, manifestation, conscious creation, entrepreneurship, business growth, all the good stuff. And thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and basically sharing the journey here with me. Okay, now, my first answer to that question of how can I understand which voice is active in the moment? The very first answer for you is, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. And you might be like, oh my God, but I have to know what to do. I have to know if this action, if I should take this action or not. And let me remind you, it's not the action that's important. It's always who you're being. It's always your identity that you're coming from, your state of being. This is the only thing you actually have to take care of. That's the only action, so that you have to take. And all the rest will unfold. All the rest will follow. And for example, if you think oh my God, I should take this action. Is it my intuition or not? Should I take this action? What is implied in that question already is, I can do something wrong. If I don't take this action and it would have been the right action to do, then I'm missing out on my result. I won't get what I want. The thing is, it doesn't matter. It is an internal state, and things will shift around you to bring that to you what you desire. And if you don't take that one action because you're oh my God, it's my fear speaking and not actually my intuition or my higher self. If that is happening, something else will be presented to you. Something else you will be called to do to then still get to where you want. It doesn't matter. It's almost like there are thousands of ways to go from one city to the other city. If you then don't take this one way, there are still 999 other ways that you can go there. And then you will just be called to take the other one or the other one. And if you end up in a stuck street, you will turn around. As long as your mind is focused on what you desire, as long as you're shifting into the identity of having again and again, it doesn't matter what you do or not do. It just doesn't matter. And of course you could say some things are faster than others, but even that, time is an illusion as well. So when you look back, so when you have something right now, when the desire has been fulfilled, you're experiencing it right now in the moment. It doesn't matter if it took you 20 years to get there or 2 days. You will be in the moment enjoying what you have. You understand? It doesn't matter. So time doesn't matter. If it takes you 20 years or 2 years or 2 months, it doesn't matter. Because in the moment of fulfillment, you're fulfilled. There is no level of fulfillment of how long it took you or something. So the more you work on shifting your identity, the more you work on being that who you want to be, being that person who has what you want, the more you make this your focus, all the rest will unfold. All the rest will unfold. And there are all kinds of voices. And there are you might say there is your higher self. Then there is a little bit of higher self mixed with lower self. And then there is ego. And then there is fear speaking and whatnot. We can differentiate all of these. And of course, when we work together, I can help you understand, what would feel the most aligned in the moment. However, just for your knowing right now, it doesn't matter. Stop focusing on the action piece, because you will be called to do certain things, and then just later on, you will recognize, oh wow, I did this and this led me to this. So really, aligned action and intuitive action very often is action that you just take in the moment without even thinking about it. So the more you go into overthinking, the more you go into should I do this, should I do that, what is happening, the more you are actually in your external reality, the more you are actually in the circumstances, in that what you have created in your past, your past thoughts, your past thinking. You're taking your clues from what is happening around you. You know, like, oh, this would be the next step. But am I fearful? Is this a big challenge for me? Should I do it? Should I not? It doesn't matter. As long as you go back inside and as long as you connect again with who you want to be, like with who you are being when you have what you want, you cannot go wrong. You just cannot go wrong. And in general, you cannot go wrong, because even if you went wrong for a little bit, you can still shift it in an instant. So you cannot miss out if you don't say so. You cannot lose things if you don't say so and play into this paradigm. You cannot do a wrong turn. It just, like, anything and everything can be revised and changed and still create whatever you want. So let go of the fear of doing something wrong. Let go of the fear of, like, I don't know what to do. So for example, I had to make the decision this week if I would fly to continental Europe, to Germany or not. And it was really 50-50 in me. And I was thinking, like, what should I do? What should I do? I don't know. Like this one, there are reasons for both of it. I don't have to go into that. So this was like, you know, like, okay, what is my higher self? What is my ego? What is my fear? Like, what should I do? And then at some point I was like, it just doesn't matter what I do. It just doesn't matter what I do. And I connected with excitement. Like, what would excite me more? And what do I just want to do in that moment? Like, it didn't matter. The decision didn't matter. I don't make any, you know, like, this is going to lead to this or this is going to lead to that. It's just a decision in the moment that I'm going to take, and I will have to take, because as long as I don't take the decision is already, I'm not flying, you know, because at some point the flight leaves, and if I haven't taken the decision of flying, then of course I'm not flying. So your life will make you take decisions so or so, you know. It's the same as, like, there is a big river, should I jump, should I not jump? And because behind me is someone is like chasing me, okay, the decision, even if I don't make a decision, the decision will be made, you understand? You will not be able to sit in the same spot for the next 100 years, like, until you have made a decision. So decisions will happen. And either you consciously make them and say, like, this is what I just want to get my energy behind now, or you don't make them. It doesn't matter, and you let it happen to you, as long as you do the most important, connecting with the desire, connecting with your highest self or with the person who has, and focusing on that. The more you do that and make this your focus, all the actions just will take care of themselves. There is nothing to lose. You don't have to be fearful of your fears and your old programming, because at some point, the more you do that work, at some point you will understand what's going on. At some point you will understand, oh, that's my old programming speaking. And then you will take a different decision. And sometimes you will give in to the old programming, but even that you can make into not the old story. You can make into, it doesn't matter. Okay, I gave in to my old story today. I took a day off of consciously creating my desire, and I perhaps created a little bit of shit and a little bit of not so good stuff. However, I know my power, and I know I can go back and create whatever I want the next day. So it doesn't matter. So I really want to hone in on that. It doesn't matter if you follow fear or highest excitement, or if it's fear or your intuition speaking, as long as you understand my focus is on the identity piece. The more I do that work and actually withdraw my senses from external reality, this is what helps me. When I go into hustle mode and I think I have to do all these things for business, like now and sometimes I understand, like, not sometimes, but often when I get into that space, I say, I don't do anything now. I take an hour to myself, I let go of all of that stuff that I could be doing, and I connect with the version of me who already has that level of business success. If we take business, we could also, like, speak about relationships. What do I want in my relationship, or stuff like that, you know? So it's when I go into too much action and doing mode, and if there is too much overthinking going on, like, is it fear, is this my intuition, what is my next step, all this, like, missing clarity, I actually withdraw my senses from the world. Often I even do like a meditation, and I really feel into the version of me who has what she wants. And from that place, clarity usually shows up. And it's like, you can do that if you feel like it. Or you don't do it if you don't feel like it. Or it's a clear, yes, this feels aligned now. So whenever you go into that moment of missing clarity, of like overthinking, of, oh my God, my fears are like, am I following my fear now? Like when I go into that, or it doesn't happen anymore, but if it happens for you, withdraw your senses. Give yourself half an hour of not doing anything and really just being present with yourself, connecting with that next level version of you who has what she wants, and clarity will show up. You will be guided from that level to do certain things. And one more important thing I want to say when it comes to intuition versus fear. The most important here is to understand to come from a calm nervous system. So whenever this is like, oh my God, is my next level calling me to do this like big thing and it's stretching me a lot, I found that actually my intuition and my higher self and my next level version doesn't make me do the big challenges. For me, it is much more, and actually for all my clients as well, of getting into a very calm and grounded state of our nervous system and raising our power, like in our energy. And from that level, either that what we thought we had to do doesn't sound challenging anymore because the next level version is quite easygoing when it comes to that and not fearful, or we just don't feel called. So called to do that. So one example, if someone is dating, and there is this big like dating advice there, like especially for men, I think, like go out there and speak to 10 women every day or whatever. I would never tell you to do that. I would rather work on your identity. Do you like, how are you feeling? Who are you being? Are you the person who has many dates? Are you the person who is chosen and adored by everyone? Are you the person who knows their power and is totally in love with themselves and grounded with them in themselves and present? I would work on that, and then, work on a calm nervous system. Like just imagine talking to a woman that you like on the street. Instead of stretching yourself and going out there and making it happen, like do it in your imagination and work on being in a calm state. Work on letting your energy expand and be in a state of like, this feels easy. This feels actually good. And then yes, you can still do it if you want to. However, my focus would never be to get your nervous system into overdrive, into frenzy, into like, ugh. No, because you will create more of that. We don't want that. So I would always work on grounding myself, work on calming my nervous system, breathing and expanding my energy first before I do crazy challenging action outside in the world. I wouldn't go and challenge myself to speak to thousands of people on a stage right now, because I would work on being, like if I wanted that, I don't want to, but if I wanted that, I would work on being that person. So I would never make that decision because already like from that level, I can feel it would just put stress on me. So why would I do that? My next level version can come any other way. I don't have to do challenging things. So there is so much misconception out there, what people tell you to do. It's never about doing, it's about being. And then these things that challenge you at the moment will come easy to you and you will just do them. And opportunities will be presented to you again and again to take these steps and to do the formally challenging thing. So please understand, whenever you question again, is this fear, is this intuition, like what voice is active at the moment in my mind, it doesn't matter. Connect with the identity piece. Connect with the state of having, and then take action if necessary, if you feel called to from that state. And if you don't take any action, life will go on and you cannot miss out on what you are a vibrational match for, and that means where you have already stepped into the identity of being that person. Because when you are that, this is the lens you look at in life, and things will happen to you from that lens. It's almost like when I walk around as, like, my name is Lydia. I'm a woman. I was born in Germany. That is who I am. And this is how I view the world. And this is how people perceive me. And the same with any other identity you want to take on. It is up to you to take on that identity, and then others will perceive you like that, and things will happen to you from that identity. And identity is not just your name, it's everything. Identity is, I'm a multimillionaire. Identity is, I'm a loving mother to 3 children, or whatever. You know, so all of that starts from what you are identifying with. Work on that and the action will happen. Stop worrying about thoughts, where they come from. Shift your energy, shift your identity, and this is all what's necessary. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment if that resonated. Leave me a comment with follow-up questions if something is still open for you. Leave me a comment if you say like, yes, I am working on my identity. I am working on shifting my state. I am doing that work and I understand, Lydia, that this is the most important. So commit to it, leave a comment if you want to, and subscribe to my channel for more information, for more videos on all these topics. Thank you so much. Until the next video.